He gave this to me last week, and I had to sit with it just to see how he wanted me to relay it and when he wanted me to relay it. I have already been grieving and pre-mourning what this message is going to do to many, those who are married, those who are in divine separation, and those who are standing for marriage. We are in a season of exposure, and with that being said, a lot of things God himself is getting ready to, Holy Spirit is getting ready to rip the veil. A lot of things that were hidden are now getting ready to be unveiled. And I thought this was only just for those that are going through divine separation. But the Lord said it's for many, even if they're not separated. This is for those that also thought that they were good. Like, I don't have to worry about this in my marriage. We're covered. My husband and I are fine. It's about to be a lot of exposure going on in marriages and relationships. It's not anything that you're going to have to do. I'll give you an example. So say you're the wife. There are things that maybe you have wondered about your husband, but wasn't 100% sure, like you had no proof, no evidence. And then there are some of you who Holy Spirit said, this is just going to catch you off guard because you didn't see it coming. He gave it to me like these things needed to be exposed because they can't go with you to the next level. These issues, they can't go with you into the next season of what the Lord has for you. Some of these situations, some of this exposure, some of this revealing will not be salvageable. You're going to feel like this was it for me. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. I believe he's going to give many of you a choice who this applies to. I can restore this if you give this to me, if you trust me, if you do this my way. And then some of you are not even going to take it to him. I don't want to tell you that whatever is getting ready to be revealed and exposed will be salvageable, will be fixable, because the Lord can fix anything. I do have to be obedient with what the Lord is saying. Not every situation has restoration attached to it. So I can't say, take it to God and he'll repair it, he'll restore it. Yes, God can do anything, but then I would be speaking on my own terms. I'm no longer speaking from the wisdom that the Holy Spirit has given me. You're not going to have to go looking for it. The Lord is going to orchestrate it in such a way that what was hidden, what was once a secret, what needs to be exposed, it's going to be revealed. You couldn't have pieced this information together if you wanted to. You couldn't have played Inspector Gadget. You couldn't have hired a private investigator. Like, none of that. You will know this was all the Lord's doing. Secrets that need to come out, for things that need to be spoken about and mended together, or for things that need to be spoken about because this is not what I have for you. I have something else. So before you guys start messaging me or leaving comments, does this apply to this? Does this apply to that? Remember, when we prophesy in part. I only know about the exposure and the revealing. I know that this isn't the enemy's doing. The Lord is going and orchestrating things in a way where what was once hidden. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, so this also ties into the silence is broken. I know what this feels like. I know what this felt like years ago when I was in this season. I know what this felt like when I thought it was just going to tear my home apart. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Either you or your spouse thought that you could get away with it, thought that you could take this to your grave, thought that my spouse would never find this out. Like, I'm taking this one to my grave. The Lord is like, no, we're exposing that. Take this back to God. Pray over this. Test the spirit. Let Holy Spirit reveal it, how it applies to you. This does not affect everyone, but this does apply to many. Only Holy Spirit can tell you more about that. If you were in God's permissive will and not in his perfect will, and now all of that is tying to the silence is being broken. You don't have to go looking for anything. The Lord is going to uncover it in a way that you knew it was him that presented you with this information. Like I said, I know what this feels like, because this is when I felt like my life, everything just blew up in my face at one point. Like I said, I survived it. I endured it. It was the hardest time of my life, but it brought me closer to God. It made me better. It made me the wife, the woman, the mother that I am today. I know this isn't a popular word. It's not sexy. It's not one that's going to give you the goosebumps and the feel goods. But again, I have to be obedient to what the Lord is saying. So once done in the dark, it's being brought to light.